Hi, I'm Peggy at Headshots by Peggy, and today I have Arthur Redcloud with us. So Arthur is the amazing actor that ate raw bison heart, right, in the movie The Revenant. Mm-hmm. And we're just going to talk a little bit about today. A lot of times when actors are getting in there and their ultimate goal is to be in a feature film, especially an award-winning feature film.
Oh, absolutely.
But a lot of times actors start off by, going to class, maybe doing theater, doing small projects, all these little things. But that's not how it happened for you, is it?
No, not quite that school book role, I guess you could say.
Yeah, you just kind of first got the part and then took acting classes.
Yes.
So tell us how that happened. Like, how did you end up being in The Revenant?
Just starting out, just doing modeling stuff, and then working my way into doing like documentaries, and then little by little, just even doing a small feature film. Was a low budget just for a guy who was just trying to make his thing going, and I saw it on a Facebook thing where everybody was going to be trying to be there for a sort of a audition kind of meet thing, and it didn't specifically say exactly what it was, but they were calling for all Native Americans to be at a certain place to, look for a role or part. So
you just showed up, and now you told me once that you weren't even going to go. Last minute, you were I'm not even going to go.
I wasn't. I mean, with it being with so many natives, I figured out I wasn't going to go because I didn't think I was going to have a chance. And some of my friends said, just do it. And, I'm kind of glad I listened to them.
Glad you listened. Glad you just, and that's sometimes it's it. You just got to show up.
Yes.
Sometimes it's about just showing up and, living a life of gratitude and just being available. Sometimes I know in my own life, I think sometimes I shut doors because I'm like, I get, and frustrated or something. And then in hindsight, I'm like, really, it wouldn't have hurt me to just put a smile on and just do it. Sometimes you just got to jump out there and do it. And look, you are in a feature film that, award-winning feature film, which was amazing.
Yes.
Now from that, because you were in that, they got you an acting coach, a personal acting coach.
Yes, they did, and she still remains my acting coach and my friend still today. So it's been like just not just to gain an acting coach, but also a mentor, a teacher. So
right, and then you also went to school here in LA.
Yes, and going to school here and just coming to terms with more of the whole production side to the camera side and things I would not know about or even see. So it was kind of invigorating and just educational to kind of catch the other side of the camera, if you will.
Right. So you've been on several things. Longmire, which is one of my favorite shows. You were a police officer on several episodes.
Yes.
On the last season, I think you came in on the last season. Were you? It was just the last season when you came on there.
Yes, last season.
And you've got another movie coming out soon?
Another movie coming out soon.
Can we talk about it, or is it top secret?
It's still a little top secret.
Oh, never mind. We'll tell you about it later.
Later's good.
See, this is why I should talk to people before we go on camera. Sorry. Anyway, so what can you talk to us about today?
Just, I think, like you were saying, just sticking with when you come out to do an audition, or you could go out for a feature role that you want, or just to do something you're not familiar with. And it's so kind of surprising when you come and you do something that you're not prepared for. Actually, you really are either good at, or you learn so much from it just by jumping in, like you said, and showing up and just seeing for what it is, and just professing your whole skill and your craft stuff. So
I think a lot of times when you just show up and you push your limits, you realize that, oh, I can do that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, it's just seeing that come from a side of yourself that you wouldn't really expect to kind of like either take for granted or just to even not know about, and just do something, even to do something about it is, I think, very invigorating and inspiring, and it's sometimes even can be fun to do too. So
right, it's fun to just jump out and do it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you did some documentaries and you did some small things and so forth, but you never had real training until you got this part. Is that what I understand?
Yeah.
So how do you feel like your acting, your skills? I mean, from before you got formal training to after formal training, was it just? I mean, because as a photographer, that's people. Oh well, Uncle Joe has an eye for it. It's like, well, that's great to have an eye for it, but training really refines those. So, do you feel like that once you had the natural ability and, you did some stuff, but once you got training, did that kind of really refine that and show you how to open that up more?
Oh, absolutely. I think even just getting the teachings and the stuff that I did from my acting coach kind of brought me to another side of acting that, I think people don't get to when they get to that personal or even just that acting class that they are not knowing about, but they, when they actually are in it, they just kind of regress in it as far as just, the whole, character building, not just in yourself, but
right.
actually in, these roles that people go out for. And I think it's just like a great thing to just sort of like basically just find out what it's about,
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's great. Now I got to meet you because a mutual friend of ours from Oklahoma that I knew years and years, like 20 some years ago, called me and said, hey, do you still do photography? I've got a friend that needs headshots. And I was like, actually, I do headshots. And so about a year and a half ago, I guess, I did your headshots, and then you just became family.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, just going, you got this the thing where you got this person coming to, come and do a headshot for.
And now, were those your first professional headshots?
Yeah, I would say probably more professional one, whatever. But when she told me to come down here, especially being in this area, it was like just a kind of surprising just how that came together, and just automatically coming to just be doing this headshot, and then just coming having even them turning out so well. I mean, your headshots has just been giving me just all these auditions and stuff. So. It wasn't just great for her to refer me to you, but all of a sudden it's just like, it's just a great thing to do.
It was really fun. So I'm really glad that you came on, but I know one thing that everybody wants to know. Did you really eat the heart?
Absolutely.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah.
I'd do it again.
So what was the most fun on set? Because that would look like a pretty intense...
I think it was just, I think the funnest thing was probably the meals we all share together and just become family, but also just learn how everybody takes their food. It's so funny.
That's funny.
With salt, without salt, with pepper.
Right, because as a Navajo, there's no eating food without salt, right?
Exactly. Exactly, but that or even having green chili at every meal. So
that's funny. That's funny. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube if you haven't yet, and click the bell so you don't miss any of my amazing videos that I upload. But most importantly, have an amazing week.